Scuba diving. I'm Steve Amber and I'm Barbara Klein with the exploration in VOA Special English. Today we explore the clear blue waters around the island of the Bahamas to learn about the exciting sport of scuba diving. The word scuba stands for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Knowing how to dive opens up an entry underwater world of coral fish and other creatures. Join us as we learn the basics of diving, talk to an expert, and say hello to a shark. Imagine swimming in clear blue waters as you look at small, brightly colored fish and the striking shapes of coral organisms. The underwater world is quiet, except for the sound of you breathing. When you breathe out, you see many shining air bubbles floating upwards towards the surface of the water. Since humans are not designed to see and breathe underwater, scuba diving requires several pieces of important equipment. Scuba divers must wear masks in order to be able to see underwater. The mask creates an airspace that protects the eyes and noise. Scuba divers breathe with the help of a regulator, which brings air to the mouth when they inhale. The regulator is attached to an air tank that is placed on the diver's back. There is an extra regulator called an octopus, which is used in case of emergency situation. Divers also wear a BCD or buoyancy control device to control how much the float or sink. A pressure gauge device tells divers how much air is left in the air tank, or a dive computer and calculates how much air is left as well as a diver's depth and the length of time he or she can stay underwater. Divers wear scuba fins on their feet to help them move easily and quickly through the water. Many divers also wear wetsuit in order to stay warm underwater. To learn how to use all of this equipment is help to go to dive school. Becoming a certificate divers requires taking their series of lessons. New divers must learn about the physics and safely diving, and they must practice diving skill first in a closed water area and then on actual beginner device. Several organizations offer official diving certificates. Scuba diving for fun first became possible with the development of the aquarium by Jacques Cousteau and Emile Gagnon in the early 1940s. In the United States, articles in popular magazines about Cousteau and his underwater exploration methods helped bring attention to scuba diving. Because of the cost of the equipment, diving did not become a widely available sport until years later. Taking diving classes and becoming certificate and important for knowing how to dive safely. For example, you need to know how to put a regulator back in your mouth if it falls out underwater. And you need to know how to clear your mouth if it fills with water. There are many other safety issues to consider when diving. For example, when going down deeper in the water, a diver must be careful to equalize the pressure in his or her ears. This is done by holding the nose and blowing very gently. Other ways, the extreme pressure from the surrounding water can cause damage to the middle ear and sinus. Decompressing sickness is a major concern for divers. The deeper our dive goes, the more pressures the surrounding water put on the volume of the air inside his or her lungs. And the deeper a dive, the more nitrogen gas goes into the dive blood. For safety reasons, must a diver must measure the length of his or her divers based on its depth so as not to exceed a safe amount of nitrogen absorption. When divers rise to return to the water surface, they must continue to breathe and rise no faster than the air bubbles around them. For very deep dives, they must stop and decompress at certain levels. This is why the highly pressured air in the diver's lungs has time leave the body before it expands. If a diver rises to the surface too quickly, he or she can become extremely ill with decompression sickness, also known as the bends. Another important aspect to diving is having a buddy system. By having a diving partner, you can watch over one another and help each other if there is an accident. One important diving rule is to never touch an off-sea life. This rule is both to protect the diver and to protect the underwater environment. For example, there is a recent fire coral reef is named. This kind of coral causes a painful burning feeling if touched. A diver could also be cut by touching a sharp piece of coral. Coral may seem hard like stone, but is actually a very fragile organism. It can be damaged in divers touch or stand on it. In order to protect the beautiful coral reef system, divers must treat them with care. Tito Babuin. I think everyone takes a different experience away from diving. I think what they love about diving could be the color of the ocean, could be the peacefulness, it could be a gamut of things. Everyone is different. That was Tito Baldwin, a rescue diver from the Bahamas who has been diving for almost 30 years. He has done everything from diving to explore underwater shipwrecks to dive 80-meter deeps. It might not surprise you to know Tito Baldwin favorite place in the world to dive. Tito Baldwin, anywhere in the Bahamas, because the Bahamas is probably the most beautiful water. The food here, so you get away from civilization, past Georgetown, down to the planet case, hosty little Inagua, where it's untouched by humans. It's just vibrant, alive, colorful fish everywhere. You get some pretty good extreme diving. UV got good walls. UV got good tunnel and caverns. There's like everything you could possibly imagine. We went on shark dive with Tito Baldwin in an area of the Bahamas called the Ecumas. The dive site known as Danger Reef is just south of Indigo Island. The water there was very rough, but once you flip backwards of the boat and enter the water, you enter a calm and colorful world. The main purpose of the dive was to see the many Caribbean reef sharks that gather in this area. These sharks have a round and short snout and big round eyes. They eat mainly bony fish. A fully grown female Caribbean reef shark measures up to 2 meters, while a grown male measures an 1.5 meter or more in length. It is very exciting and little bit strange diving among the sharks. You feel as though you should be afraid, even though the sharks are not aggressive at all. The sharks just swim around, watching what is going on around them. At Danger Reef, there were so many large Nasu grouper and yellowfin grouper fish. If you float above the large coral formation, you can examine the smaller craters swimming in the reef. The bright yellow and purple fish called the fairy basalt look like small swimming jewels. Many kinds of fish swim in and out of the bright coral, and horn, coral and sea ferns, which wave gently with the current. Back on the boat, we asked Tito Baldwin more about the safety of diving with shark. Tito Baldwin, when you get in the water with shark, people are automatically scared because they've seen Jaws. They've seen all these crazy movies. But sharks are just like every other animal in the water. They are petrified of humans being. We were 2 feet away from 5-foot shark and they were just kind of circulating around us like everything else in the water. Their groupers were close to use. The sharks were close to use. The yellow tail were close to use. They are keen of curious and they are more afraid of use than we are of the. There are many other beautiful places around the world to dive. Scuba Diving Magazine recently listed several of the must-see diving sites. These include Bonaire, one of the Netherlands' Antilles island off the coast of Venezuela. Here, divers can explore many reefs within a protected many park. Divers can even explore the sea creatures that live in around the ships. Hilma Hooker, the 70 meters long cargo ship sank off over 20 years ago. Off the coast of Baja California in Mexico, divers can see creatures like sharks, giant manta rays, and dolphins. Scuba Diving Magazine also recommends the Fiji island in the south of Pacific Ocean. Many divers go here to see gray reef shark or hammerhead shark. In Australia, divers can explore many interesting areas, including the Great Barrier Reef. It is the largest coral reef system in the world, measuring over 2,000 kilometers in length. The extraordinary natural formation offers many exciting diver possibilities. Also, in Australia, the Cod Hall diving area of the Ribbon Reef is famous for its large potatoes codfish, and at the Lakehouse Boomy site, diver can swimming with minke whales. Scuba diving in any of these places in an extraordinary experience. This popular activity allows people to see an expensive and exciting underwater world in a new way. This program was written and produced by Dana Demange. In Steve Amber and Barbara claimed to see picture of a dive in the Bahamas. Visit our website voaspecialenglish.com. Join us again next week of exploration in VOA Special English. Thank you.